I want to do is send the YouTube link to our chat, and go. It's go time. I had a Tex-Mex food from it was a Tex-Mex sub from Subway. It was good. Rotisserie chicken, avocado. Why isn't it showing them live? Tomato, pepper jack. That was pretty good. Okay. Share. Copy link. So send it a couple places. Live talking last week. And then also I know that we're kind of live right now, but we gotta get Ryan to make sure his team's full. And I gotta start texting. Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah. I do too. What is up, everybody? We are live. This is Josh and Dylan back at it, coast to coast. I'm sitting down here in Florida next to Duval. I got my Duval jersey on. I'm about an hour and a half south. Josh is up in Boise, Idaho. We met out in Oregon, so I guess we never really introduced ourselves that way, but we're coast to coast. Yeah, we went to college together. Had a few beers together. So now we're old and drinking water. You got a mason jar too. I got my skull. I forgot. I had a festival in Marietta, Georgia when I moved around a lot. But I got my skull, my Viking horns that we drink beer out of, and I had to find those. They're somewhere here in my house with the boxes, so I need to find those and get them out. Josh is flying down here soon, so we might get a little session together, maybe 2 sessions together. So, Josh, does this make it really loud if I talk like this? Just want to double check this mic. Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm on the right mic. Okay, we're talking week 2. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna disappear for a quick second. And I'm gonna show you what everybody's picks were for a second. I'm just gonna read them through like a list, and then me and Josh are going to just break down each game, what we thought about the games. We're going to talk about the next week's NFL schedule, talk a little fantasy, probably spend maybe 30, 45 minutes with you guys. Anything you guys want to comment, I'm live on YouTube, Twitch. Put the comment in. Y'all can find my Twitch. It's exhartzz. And we'll answer some of your questions too. Brought the wrong thing. So, after last week, let me zoom in here. Josh 9-1 with the lead. So over 2 weeks. Remember, there's no double dipping in games. Josh takes a 9-1 lead. We'll talk about the picks in a second. Will and Alex and Ram 7-2, and everybody else is 7-3. Josh, you were with us last year. Was this even remotely this close last year? The start 2 weeks. Yes. So, we did have some struggles last year. Yes. I don't think if we did have one, I guess I could pull it up real quick. No, I can't. I can, but I'm not going to navigate right now. I don't believe last year we had all 4 of us above 500 for very often. And right now everybody's 7-3 or better. If you take these as single bets, you're going to win some money with them. So, let's look at them last week. Let's see. I could sort from A to Z on these. So, last week, 49ers, Bills, Cowboys, Dolphins, Eagles, and Giants. The Giants was probably the riskiest one. We'll talk about that here soon. But all of those hit. We had a perfect week. When we look at our underdogs, our upsets. Texans did not hit. Ravens, they were underdogs to the Bengals. Rams did not hit. They played the 49ers. Falcons hit. Commanders hit. And Bears did not hit. That was a very wild game. We'll discuss that here in a second as well. But yes, that was insane. All of our overs besides one hit, which I was besides two but one game, and it was the most surprising game of all. We have Baltimore, Cincy, Buffalo, Vegas, Chicago, Tampa, Cleveland, Pitt, Dallas, New York, Jets, Detroit, Seattle, Green Bay, Atlanta. They all hit, but Kansas City and Jacksonville did not, and we'll discuss that game and how ugly that was soon. Yeah. Under was very, very bad. I'm going to short it A to Z, so... but, I mean, there was a lot of these double-dipped over and under, and a lot of them hit the over. Baltimore, Cincy did not hit. Cleveland, Pittsburgh did not hit. Detroit and Seattle did not hit. Chargers, Tennessee did not hit. Minnesota, Philly did not hit. New Orleans and Carolina hit. Washington and Denver did not hit. Squawg. What?
Look at your chat.
What chat? Squawg, we're live right now. Squawg is with us.
Yeah.
What chat?
Can't hear Josh.
Oh, you can't hear Josh. We cannot hear Josh. Okay, we can't hear Josh. Thank you, Squawg.
Okay.
All right, bye. We can't hear Josh, so that is an issue. So let's see if I can fix it when we can hear Josh. Josh, talk.
I wonder why.
There we go.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I don't know. It was
Okay.
some setting, but we're good. Thank you, Squawg. We can't hear Josh. Washington, Denver did not hit. Okay, we can talk about that one soon. Actually, Washington, did they clear the... No, they got 35 points, right?
Yeah, it was 35-33.
35-33. Yes, and they almost hit the over by themselves.
Yeah, that was...
And last but not least, the spreads. 49ers did not cover an 8-point spread. We'll get to that.
That one hurts.
That hurts. That was Caden. We're here to shit on Caden's picks, from what I hear. Chargers didn't cover.
Hey.
Yeah. Chargers didn't cover. Colts covered. Dolphins covered. Kansas City covered. And the Packers did not cover, and that's another surprising one for us. So, Josh, we got a lot to talk about, and Squawg is back with us. Squawg said he can hear us. Squawg, shoot me a text if you want to hop on in a little bit, and we can get you in as well. It's on Discord, so let me know. Oh, and here we go. I'm gonna bring it back to just me and Josh, and we're just gonna talk football.
Deal.
All
Which
right.
game? Should we just go Thursday down the list?
Let's go Thursday down the list. I'm pulling up week 2 right now because I have the week 1 up. Thursday down the list. We're starting with the team on your shirt, the team that you're repping, the Minnesota Vikings.
It's ugly. The Vikings right now are just, they're prone to screw themselves over. That's what it is. They could easily have won the first 2 games. I mean, I really believe it. They should have won. They should be 2-0 if they don't have 7 turnovers.
Just they're shooting themselves in the foot. 7 turnovers in 2 games.
It's too many.
They lost to a Buccaneers team that, a very surprising 2-0 Buccaneer team. A Buccaneer team we do not expect, if they do make the playoffs, to maybe win a playoff game.
If they make the playoffs, people are making a lot of money.
Right. Well, I mean,
They had to have been astronomical odds at the beginning of the season.
and yes, and I do agree with that. And no, I do not agree with that, because that division is no good. But
It is bad. It is bad. That's true.
the thing I look at with the Bucks, which we can get to in a second as well, they have a very good roster still. They just lost Brady. I mean,
Yeah.
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 But anyway, that division, if you pick them to win some playoff games with it,
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Then you're
like you
You're
pick
sitting
them
pretty.
to get out of the wild card round, like Bucks to the divisional round, I can see. I mean, and Bucks making the playoffs too, that's still going to make you some money. It's not like the odds are like are probably what like the Chiefs odds are, or the Bills, or not the Bills. The Bills have a tough one. The Eagles odds are, or the 49ers odds, but their odds
Yep.
still are a lot greater for the money.
Yep. Yep.
That game was ugly on both sides. Eagles fans were booing. And also your headset's blinking red. Does that mean it's gonna die?
Yeah. Nope. Somebody called me.
Okay.
We're good.
Eagles looked ugly. Vikings defense stepped up. They had that one rough drive that ended up with the field goal, and they stepped up for 3 or 4 drives, but they just shot themselves in the foot as well. New addition to the Vikings, and I want to know your thoughts. You texted me the other day, and I responded a certain way. Cam Akers in the backfield now with Alexander Madison.
It is worth it for, I think, a 6th-round pick. I mean, you're not losing much by that in your. And Madison's been terrible.
Yeah, and I'm not.
He's been very bad.
I'm
for
not high on Cam Akers.
3-down back. No, I don't think anybody is.
Right. I do think that hurts 2 of our fantasy people. TJ has Alexander Madison, who came off on a 4.5-point game, I want to say.
Yep.
So that hurts him. That's one of his 2 starting running backs. He's going to have to make a move. And Cam Akers, he is on one of our fantasy squads. It's someone's Austin Lynch, which is TJ's best friend. They now buddy, not only butt buddies their whole lives, but they have butt buddies in the backfield, which Cam Akers is now out of Austin's lineup, which was last week because he didn't play. But Brian Robinson's now his 2nd starting back.
Yeah. You never know. We'll see how it goes. I think it's not. I mean, it's worth the risk of a 6th-round pick. I mean, you don't lose much. You get a 7th back too. So.
Well, I'm rooting for the Vikings for you. I like the Vikings a lot. But I don't know, man.
They gotta figure something out. They need to not be. They need to go back to what they were doing last year, and in those situations of like you have to make a play, they made the play. Right now, when it comes to making a play, it's a fumble.
If someone said that I had to go get hair plugs and grow hair out if the Vikings won the Super Bowl,
you're growing bald forever.
I would be bald forever. The Vikings. No, I don't have any hope. I do like Addison. Addison's balling out for me in my fantasy. I made a big trade this year, and I will talk about now. I traded Jamar Chase for Addison, James Cook, and I got Deontay Johnson, who's on the IL for probably 4 weeks. 4 to 6 with the hammy, aggravated hammy. So that hurts, but the thing that doesn't hurt is Addison has outscored Chase both weeks, and James Cook has outscored Chase both weeks.
Yep.
And T. Higgins was the wide receiver for the Bengals. So Addison's balling out. I like that. I don't expect him to ball out every game.
He's looked good.
Yeah.
He definitely takes the top off the defense, which you can see it in Jefferson's averaging like 150 yards receiving a game.
Right. And they're still going to double Jefferson.
All his crossings are wide open. It's beautiful if we could just score.
And
not pick or fumble.
And Jefferson not fumble at the goal line. All right.
Oh my God, we win that game there. Okay, continuing. Green Bay, Atlanta.
Green Bay, Atlanta. It's
a pretty good game.
It was a good game. Green Bay, like the term "fumbled the bag" was Green Bay.
Yeah. It was good to see Jordan Love against a defense that wasn't the Bears.
That's what I'm saying.
And he didn't look necessarily bad. He looked inexperienced.
And I got some Packers fans in my Madden chat, and I had one DM me when they went up 24-12 saying, I'm telling you, Jordan Love's the bet. Like, the truth is what he said.
Oh, Paul Pierce? Oh, okay.
And then Jordan Love had set the offense to put away the game, had 7 total yards. He had a chance for a QB sneak to pretty much seal the deal. It would have taken a lot of time off the clock. And he just fell over I don't know. I don't even have a good analogy. Like Steph Curry just crossed him up. He just fell over into his offensive line.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, the Packers.
Gotta make the play.
I don't see the Packers winning more than 7 games this year.
I don't know. The whole NFC North is not very good right now.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna beat up on each other. Besides the Bears, the three NFC
They went
teams.
0-4 this week
Yeah,
or last week.
and we'll talk about the Lions. I think the Lions are the best in the division right now. Lions and Vikings, but I don't see Jordan Love being a top 15 quarterback right now. He played against the Bears, who's
A year or two.
terrible defense in the Bears. He played against a Falcons defense that did just lose Jeff Okudah, lost that top corner. But the Falcons weren't a playoff team last year. He didn't look terrible against them, either one. He didn't look great against either one. I think he just looked like a quarterback that can start for a team right now. Now, like you said, in a couple of years, I think Jordan Love can be a lot better. But right now, people are telling me top 12 quarterback, and I don't see it.
Top 12 quarterback, 14 and 25 for 150. Now he had 3 touchdowns, but 150.
Yeah, and the touchdown, like one of the touchdowns was like a contested ball, and the guy just kind of caught it over him and just ran the rest of the way in. Another one was just literally a broken play on like the 3-yard line. I'm not that impressed yet. Not saying I won't change my mind.
I'll never be impressed with the Packers. So.
And Falcons, did you see the over-the-top view of Bijan Robinson scoring that touchdown?
I was gonna say he's bona fide. He's a star.
And I'm rooting hard for the Falcons. So I got this jersey for free from like sports gambling and stuff. But it was like a bonus perk for it, and it took everything I had to not get the Bijan Robinson jersey. The only reason why I got this is because I'm going to go to a Jaguars game this year. So yes. I needed a Jaguars jersey. So let's move on. We spent enough time on the Packers. I know you're not a Packer guy.
Oh, that's fine.
Who we got next? Who you want to go with?
What was down the list on that one?
My list is different than your list, so I'm going on your list now. Or I can throw one out. Bills Raiders.
Yeah, I think exactly what you said was going to happen.
Get right game.
Rebound game for the Bills. Yeah,
get right game.
And that's exactly what happened.
And Josh Allen looked great. James Cook looked good.
Gabe Davis looked really good.
Gabe Davis looked good. Diggs looked good. Dawson Knox was catching passes. I'm pissed off, but I still won my fantasy game. I'm pissed off that Latavius Murray is taking touchdowns away from James Cook. A couple times, and Josh Allen. I think I had Josh Allen anytime rushing touchdown in I do a parlay of all games, 1 touchdown score, and I had Josh Allen running one in, and it was Latavius Murray. So I don't think we have much more to say about it. Get right game.
No. Yeah, it was exactly what you expected.
The blowout, 38-10, hit the over. Bengals Ravens.
Just 2 not very good teams at the moment.
Right, but you know what?
The second half was a lot better.
Yep, for both. And
yes,
I think in clutch time, Lamar and his offense looked great. And that was
Lamar looked a lot better than he did. The first week he was terrible.
This was a Lamar we haven't seen before. He's not running for his life when he has to run. And he was sliding. I saw him sliding which was nice. He was taking 7-yard gains. He was eating up the clock. The Bengals had no response at the end of the game. He just walked down, scored a touchdown, pretty much iced it. They went up 27-17. Bengals ended up scoring, but that was it from there. They just couldn't stop it. Odell went down. That's tough, but his receiving core looked fine. Mark Andrews looked fine. I mean, the Ravens. That's the Ravens team that everyone was talking about can go out and win a couple playoff games, possibly a Super Bowl this year. The other thing is they are still the most injured team in the world. So
always, it's actually crazy.
But that game right there, I'm in Cincinnati. Bengals started 0-2 last year, went to the AFC Championship, so not concerned yet. But there was a stat that I saw. The 22 or 23 teams have started 0-2 since a new playoff format, and only one made the playoffs, and that was the Bengals last year. So teams that start 0-2 don't have a good shot. Sorry for your Vikings. Sorry for some of these teams. Bengals. If we rank the 0-2 teams, Bengals are the best 0-2 team out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Absolutely.
Any more thoughts on this game?
No, Lamar looked like an actual quarterback.
Lamar stole the show.
He was efficient. He was efficient when he was passing the ball too. No interceptions. He just takes what the defense was given. It was nice. It wasn't him forcing it in spots that are used to.
Fantasy-wise, T. Higgins was the breadwinner.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Joe Mixon wasn't impressive.
No, he's been bad.
I could see that.
I think that offensive line is really hurting the Bengals.
Yeah. It's not fun watching them. It was not fun watching them, but there's another game that was worse to watch than this one. Chiefs Jaguars.
Oh yeah, I turned it off. I had to.
I turned mine off.
I switched over to the Chargers Titans.
I think I'm gonna stop doing this though, and I'll tell you why in a second. But we have the YouTube TV Sunday Ticket multicast on your TVs. You can multicast. I had on I thought was gonna be the best slate of games. Ravens Bengals, Chiefs Jaguars, and I had to, since I had the Chiefs Jaguars on, it's a local game for me. It had to put on Tampa and Chicago, so I didn't think that was a good one. And then I had on Red Zone, and Red Zone is my volume, and it's 4 games. Then you got Red Zone with the Octobox, but I don't watch any other games, and it's just taken away from my view on the big screen of Red Zone.
You just watch Red Zone?
I just watch Red Zone, so like I don't. The games on the corner are a little bit of ahead, so I do see a play happen, then I see it pop up on Red Zone. So I do kind of see that, but to me, it's not worth it. I'm just going to make my whole screen Red Zone. If a game's really good, I can just flip to it real quick.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But Chiefs-Jaguars was the biggest stinker of a game.
It was just two teams just fumbling the bag back and forth. And just mistakes.
And punting and
some great punting though. Great punting.
And you know what? I think that Trevor Lawrence looked better than Mahomes in this game. The only thing that happened was, 21.
A couple weird backwards pass fumble things you just can't have.
Well, one of them you saw he got scorpioned. He went completely backwards. But Zay Jones twice in the back of the end zone didn't get both feet down. Calvin Ridley won the end zone. They had points to get. They didn't get them. So
100%.
Chiefs Jaguars big stinker hit the under. Would have hit the under if it was set at in the 20s. They didn't break 30 points, and that was. I was anticipating not quite
just a running gun.
Yeah, I was anticipating not quite Rams Chiefs a couple of years ago.
In the same realm, though.
But maybe like I was expecting we could talk about this
mid-30s.
We'll skip ahead. I was expecting Washington Denver.
Yeah, that or Seattle Detroit.
Or Seattle Detroit. So let's go Seattle Detroit because it's in the early slate of games. 37-31 overtime win Seattle.
Yeah, that was great.
It was a great game. I personally was pulling for the Lions. I know you weren't.
You gotta be a Seahawks fan that day.
Yep, it was, and you got the Seattle Mariners hat on. Personally, I grew up a St. Louis Rams fan. I hate Seattle. And then you're a Vikings fan. You're not rooting for the Lions. So I think we're on the other side of the tables here. I think my big thing is the Lions have been so bad for so long, and Dan Campbell has done so well there. It's just I want to see them succeed.
Yeah, it's good vibes, that's for sure, and it sucks that it's the Lions. But Geno Smith came back. He had a great game.
Geno Smith was flawless on that last drive, and makes me happy that the NFL changed their overtime rules because Geno Smith just walked down and scored. I would have liked to see. I wish they'd do it in the regular season too, but I get why not. Less football. Don't want to hurt anybody. Less injury. I get it, but I would like to see Jared Goff go back down.
Have a chance.
Yep.
This
was a lot of people's over as well. I don't think I had any doubt. The last 2 seasons they played, they scored 80 plus points. So I think They were being very generous at a 42.5, and it scored 68 points. So
Yeah. I found that one to be a bit, or is that 47? But still, I would have thought it'd been
47
more
more.
around the 52 mark with the Chiefs Jags.
Yeah, and I was surprised that it wasn't. I know the Seahawks did have a stinker last week, or week 1, so that could have played a lot into why the line was set the way it was.
Yeah, that's fair.
The other overtime game, Titans Chargers.
Typical Chargers.
Typical. I mean, this was.
Yeah, that's every game.
This is. We're gonna talk about who to blame, but this is typical Brandon Staley, Justin Herbert, going all the way back to Phillip Rivers.
Yeah. It's a franchise thing. It's not even a coach thing anymore.
It's almost a joke at this point. Like the Chargers,
close games, they're losing.
Chargers shoot themselves in the foot every single time. You just let. I know they did give up like 32-2, whatever the score was. It was like 32-31 or something crazy.
Yeah, it was close. Yep.
They gave up 27 points in a loss, went 3 and out in overtime, to Ryan Tannehill, who this game, Ryan Tannehill, was 20 for 24, averaging 10 yards a pass, 246 yards. And give me 2 seconds. Let me tell you his week 1 stats against a Saints defense that is good, but we're talking about the Saints that possibly going to win 7-8 games and win their division type of a team. Here's the stats.
I think he threw for 198 and 3 interceptions.
198, 3 interceptions, and he went 16 for 34. He almost had as many incompletions in week 1 as he had completions in week 2, and he only had 4 incompletions. He had one more incompletion this week than he did interceptions last week.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing.
The fact that the Chargers lost that game, I mean, and it's not all on Justin Herbert. Who was it? Traylon Burks that went off.
He had a big catch. Yeah.
The big catch over the top. The defense just allowed everything. Henry they bottled Henry, 25 carries for 80 yards, but Traylon Burks averages 25 yards a catch. Chris Moore got a 49-yard catch. DeAndre Hopkins 4 for 40.
Yeah.
The Okonkwo, I hope I said that right.
Oh, their tight end. Yeah.
4 for 35. Westbrook Akine with a touchdown, 3 for 25. Henry was catching passes 5 yards of completion, not too much, but right when I saw the Trey Lance trade, I tried to figure out why the Titans weren't a part of this. Because they have a squad, like they always do. They are just gritty. They win these games out of nowhere. And then, but Tannehill's so bad. Tannehill's bad, but he played great, and this is why they keep Tannehill, because of games like
this. Yeah. It's the yo-yo effect.
If he lost this game and had another game, you would see Levis or Malik Willis in the next game.
Oh, and neither of them are any good either.
No, I mean I would give Levis a shot. Well, I think Malik Willis had his shot. I want to see. No. I don't think he's any good. He was terrible in preseason, and one thing that we saw in preseason was quarterbacks play well, and we overhyped them, and then they come out and lay eggs like Tannehill did week 1. But then Tannehill has a game like this, and Tannehill just secured a starting spot for the next probably 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yep.
Unless the Titans probably go 0-2 and he plays like week 1, but.
Yeah, we're talking about new quarterbacks that absolutely killing it. CJ Stroud. Dude is a stud. Absolutely, he's on a terrible team and he is balling.
And CJ Stroud, and not only CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson.
Oh yeah, this game before Richardson got hurt was awesome. I was watching this; it was awesome, back and forth.
And here's the crazy thing: is Gardner Minshew came in and tore it up. He
looks good too.
Pacific Northwestern College. He went to. Did he go to WashU?
Wazoo.
He went to Wazoo. 19 for 23. Anthony Richardson was 6 for 10 with 2 rushing touchdowns and 35 yards, 11 yards a carry. Bigger than Derrick Henry out there running the ball.
Yeah, he looked good.
He looked fun. CJ Stroud went 30 for 47, but he got sacked 6 times.
And didn't throw a pick, didn't turn the ball over, and threw for 384.
Yep.
And that's incredible.
And 6 times he was sacked. CJ Stroud is on pace to break the league record on getting sacked by a lot. By a lot. It's not even close.
Is he? And he's probably on pace to break the rookie passing record.
I'm pulling for CJ Stroud, but he is in a
He's in a
terrible
bad.
position.
It's the O. I mean, if they had just a little bit of an O line, I'd just give him time.
Yeah.
Because Nico Collins has shown to be a very good wide
I like
receiver.
Nico Collins a lot. And then they do have the addition of Dalton Schultz. I like a lot.
Yep.
I also like Brevin Jordan.
Yeah.
Mechie got his first pass. Hopefully he starts to make some sort of return coming off of cancer. So he got his first catch since being out. I don't hate their offense. It's completely ruined by offensive line. And you have one of the best offensive linemen in the game, one of the best left tackles, and their offensive line is terrible.
Horrid. It's not good. It's not good.
Tunsil needs to give his whole team gas mask. Sorry, his whole offensive
Just
line.
get baked before the game.
They need to sit in a circle, have a powwow about how bad they are as a unit. You could probably sign, and this is the last I'm going to dog on them because CJ Stroud was great. You could probably sign 4 other free agents and put with Larry Tunsil and have a better offensive line than what they have been doing.
Yeah.
You can get what's the Barstool left tackle Taylor Lewan. He's available.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So put him on the right.
Put him at right tackle. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, they gotta do something.
Yep.
That game was on my TV a little bit too. I did switch it from whenever I took off the Jags, it was Colts Texans, Bengals Ravens, and it was the last one was I had Seattle Detroit. So I did get it switched up a little bit.
Yep.
The game that I had on for a little bit when I decided to take off the local games, Bears Buccaneers.
I didn't watch a single play of it. I
didn't either, and it wasn't on
the Bears. The Bears are bad.
So,
Tampa looks. Baker's slinging it right now, which is crazy. Mike Evans, I don't think he's going to be too mad anymore. He's getting the ball a lot. He's looking very good. So,
and
171. That's great numbers from Mike Evans. So I wouldn't see why he wouldn't sign a contract now.
He's on pace to keep going over his 1,000-yard streak with that game too. That puts him, through 2 games on pace. But imagine having 4 screens on your computer and your eye just blacks one of them out. That's what this game was to me. I didn't watch a lick of it. I saw a highlight of Justin Fields having 2 wide open receivers, one in the flat and one over the middle.
Oh, and then ran into his center.
And ran straight into his center and took a sack. I saw Baker Mayfield. One of his runs lowers his shoulder, another talking shit, getting in people's face, getting them pumped up on a touchdown drive. He threw for 317 and no interceptions.
Yeah. Maybe he's found his home.
Now, here's something I saw. I'm going to say that 1,000 times while we're doing this. Are the Browns at some point going to be upset they got rid of Baker?
If the Buccaneers have a winning record and Deshaun Watson keeps playing the way he does, yes.
Especially for the contract they gave Watson. They gave Watson dirty money. It's Baker
Massage
Mayfield.
Watson is not looking so good.
I saw a graphic that Baker Mayfield over his last 7 versus Deshaun Watson over his last 7 in Cleveland. Baker's last 7 in Cleveland. Deshaun's last, and Baker Mayfield outplayed him by 1 million. More yards, better completion percentage, more touchdowns. I think the interceptions were similar. I'm taking Baker right now in that breakup.
Yeah, you can't knock them. They're playing very good. Their defense is really good too. They're holding teams to, 20-ish points.
Yeah.
Anytime you can do that, you're going to definitely be in the chance to win games.
My favorite game, and it wasn't my favorite to watch, it was just my favorite outcome.
They've actually held both teams to 7. They haven't 17 points.
So both teams under 20.
Back-to-back weeks.
That's like they're playing the Broncos last year over and over.
That's all you need.
My favorite outcome of the week, right here: Giants 31, Cardinals 28.
Epic game.
Epic. Daniel Jones. So first of all, start the half. They were down 20-0. The Giants started the biggest hole since like 1917. They were down
Oh,
60 to
yeah.
0 through 6 quarters. At one point it's 28-7. I took these guys as my favorite this week. Faded the Cardinals, or sorry, week 2. Took them as my favorite. Faded the Cardinals, and then I also doubled down on that, and I took them in my Survivor League. And the Survivor League I think had 90 something people in it. So I took them. I was like, oh, this game's fucking over. Didn't look at it one time. Next time I look up, 28-21. Giants have the ball. And Daniel Jones was just a fucking animal, a dog.
Yeah,
he was.
he was.
Great. He drove the field. They scored, got the ball back, drove the field, got the game-winning field goal. I survived. I moved on to 7-3 instead of last place 6-4. I'm hyped. Barkley went out, and the Giants season's over as we know it. So
Yeah. Oh, so sad.
So I took a bet tonight, and I'll do my parlay here soon. Just the same game parlay. I think it was a 6-game parlay. Actually, I'll just say it now because the Giants are in it. 6-game parlay. I know the 49ers are set as. Oh, I didn't end up doing it. I switched it. They're set at 10-point favorites. When I started to do the parlay, I put them at 13.5-point favorites. There's no way.
Yeah.
And the only thing that took me down was no Ayuk.
Yeah.
Which we could talk about the games coming up. And my parlay coming up, but I just I have nothing else to say about the Giants season other than it's over.
Yeah, right before it started too.
Which is sad, but because
Yeah.
I like the G-men. I liked how their season was last year. Pumped they got in the playoffs, but now I am rooting for the Commanders in that division. So. Which brings us to the Commanders. 35-33 thriller.
Yeah. I mean, typical Bronco faction to lose it on a 2-point. Right?
Sam
Get their fans so hyped and then just fail them.
Sam Howell looked like Squawk Thompson was controlling them in Madden last year. Squawk had the Commanders for 4 seasons and had Sam Howell up to a 95 overall, slinging the ball. Yeah, 4 seasons in, they start getting pretty good. Slinging it left and right. Sam Howell down 21-3 came back and he looked awesome. And then the Hail Mary at the end was kind of icing on the cake, and I hate Russell Wilson. So
yeah, that was a beautiful sky ball, though.
He threw it straight up in the air, exactly what you're supposed to do. Beautiful, beautiful, and I love that he did not complete the pass. Love it. I could have used another overtime though, so but I didn't want the Commanders to lose. I mean, the Commanders aren't winning that division.
No.
The Commanders are not going to win that division.
At this rate, I mean, they might get second.
Yeah. Cowboys just lost Diggs.
Yep.
That division's gonna be tough. Commanders are the 3rd best team in it, but
oh yeah,
but shit happens. So Commanders, good win. Rams 49ers. I think it was all that expected. This is where Caden, if Caden's tuning in, Caden, you might want to shut us off, put us on mute. I'll give you a thumbs up if you got us on. You got us on YouTube. I'll give you a thumbs up when we're done talking, Caden. Put us on mute. Let me get about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, Caden.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing.
That's a lot. I mean, well, he took the 49ers -8. I don't hate it, but it's a division game.
It's just a lot of points.
It's a lot of points to take on a spread, and especially in this. In the NFL, in college, you hammer that -35.
10, yeah, it's whatever, but.
In college you can't.
Not in a divisional game.
Oh yeah, no. It was a home game for the 49ers in Los Angeles. If you saw the crowd, fuck you, Stan Kroenke, for thinking the LA's better fans than St. Louis. You're a fucking piece of shit. Excuse my language if you're watching this, and you know me outside of my sports world, like my fellow teachers. Stan Kroenke, you suck. That was. I mean, you're making money. You're making money. You did win a championship in the NBA. You won a Super Bowl. Fuck you.
Yep.
Taking them out of St. Louis like that. Anyway, let's get back on it. The ultimate ending Sean McVay spiking the ball with 4 seconds left and kicking the field goal to
Kicking a field goal.
The Rams weren't.
Hey,
yeah.
he said any points you can take gets you closer to a playoff tiebreaker.
Yep. So Caden took -8, and Sean McVay said
7.
He said no, Caden. It's gonna be within 7. So I'm gonna give the thumbs up back to Caden. So you can come, Caden. Welcome back. Thank you for listening to Coast to Coast Takes. But yeah, no, the 49ers with a 7-point win. It was no doubt in anybody's mind they were gonna win this game. I'm surprised with the little running back, or not the little running back, the little wide receiver.
Puka.
If Puka and Koopa come back, the Puka Koopa.
Yeah.
If they that could be mean if he's for real, and that could be danger and put the Rams and that offense in a good spot coming late in the year.
And Atwell.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're wide receiver cores of people you would never want on your team ever, but they're doing it.
And Higbee's not that bad either. I like Higbee still. I do have him on a fantasy team. He's not really producing. He's getting me about 7 points. I'm keeping him, but
I don't think anybody at the tight end position right now is doing anything.
Yeah, there's nothing worth blowing up your team for to get Kelsey.
Because he's not doing anything either.
Yeah. Jets Cowboys.
It's what we expected.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't have any other thing to say about that really. Cowboys had that in the bag since day one. I don't think that Jets had a chance with Zach Wilson. Aaron Rodgers, though, here we could give some Jets some positive. Aaron Rodgers is eyeing a playoff comeback if the Jets make it. He's eyeing a playoff comeback. Achilles don't take it as long. He's eyeing a playoff comeback. So so Jets, Cowboys, what I thought. Let's move on to Dolphins, Patriots, and then we got our Monday night games, and we can talk about the coming games. Again, Dolphins. I don't think I had a doubt in my mind the Patriots going to win that. I did say trap game the other day going into Gillette. The Patriots had a chance, inches short from extending.
Oh, that was awesome.
A chance.
I thought he got it. I
did too. Inches short.
Or I thought he got close enough that there was no way they would overturn it because there was like no way to measure it on the video. It seemed odd.
TJ offered me a fantasy trade. Is going nuts on my text messages. So anyway,
I'm sure it's a stellar one.
We'll look at it in a second. We'll analyze it together. The only thing I saw was James Cook in the trade when it popped up, and the other thing I saw was he keeps texting me Tyreek Hill. So we'll talk about it. That's gonna be a fat no from me.
I'm sure it's terrible. TJ never has good trades.
I sent TJ the link to this. He might be in here, so he might go off here in a second. Let's go ahead and talk about this trade before we talk about the last 3 games. First, Pat's Dolphins. Anything else we gotta say about Dolphins? We knew we were gonna win. It was everyone's favorite.
Tua is reading defenses quick. When you watch it play, it's like 3 steps, balls out. 3 steps, balls out. It's nice. He looks really good.
Saving
really
his head
good
too. That saves his head. Can't sack him if he gets the ball out that quick. Before we get to the Monday night games, this bullshit trade of a fantasy is brought to you by TJ Eubanks.
TJ Ugly Mug Eubanks.
TJ Eubanks. TJ's my brother. All love to my brother. We always talk fantasy during football. I think that me and my brother talk more during football than any time of the year. I love playing fantasy football with my brother. This was the worst trade I think he sent me ever. Matt Stafford.
You're going to get him? This is who he's sending you?
Yeah, he's sending me. Matt Stafford. Tyreek Hill. Love Tyreek Hill. And Alexander Madison, who just laid an egg and got another running back for Josh Allen, T. Higgins,
Jesus,
and James Cook. So I'm losing on the running back, I'm gaining on the receiver, and I'm losing terribly on the quarterback.
Yeah. No.
Three starters for. I would if I got Matt
You
Stafford.
need a better running back, and it'd be fair.
Yeah, I mean like
Slightly better.
send Jahmyr Gibbs. I'll think about it, but Matt Stafford and that downgrade, I can't do it. I can't. Do
Yeah.
it. I think my wife's gonna leave me on a walk, but I told her 7:15. Let's look at the last one. I'm rejecting that real quick. Okay.
All right.
Last two games, and then we gotta talk next week. I told her 7:15.
We'll just talk through the Thursday night game.
If you can hear me,
And then-
7:15. Maybe 7:00. We'll see.
Yeah, we just do Thursday, and then we'll be back Saturday for the other one.
Okay.
For the rest of them.
Or Sunday. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I want to preview all of them.
Yeah.
I love talking sports. Let's talk sports. I don't get this time very often, so.
That's fair.
Saints Panthers. Everyone took the under. I thought they scored more points than.
Yeah, it was way more than I thought they were going to get.
Was this the game that I said if they hit the over, I would do something?
Yeah,
What
you were going to
was
eat a
it?
can of corn.
I was gonna eat a can of corn, and I don't have to eat a can of corn because they did not hit the over.
No, and it
Ugly.
Bryce Young just doesn't look very
And
good.
Bryce Young's out this week. Andy Dalton Andy Dalton's starting for the Panthers this week.
Yeah, the Panthers.
CJ Stroud's the best looking quarterback, and Anthony Richardson's right there with him for rookies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Saints defense is real. It's really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Chris Olave, really good.
Yeah.
Derek Carr is just middle average.
Yep. Derek Carr's just literally Kirk Cousins from in New Orleans.
Without
Doesn't
Jefferson.
without Jefferson doesn't wow you.
Nope.
Yeah, that's all I ever got to say about it. Let's go to Pittsburgh, Cleveland.
One of the craziest games.
Poor Nick Chubb.
Yeah, that might be a season ender
Um,
or a career ender.
Shout out to my brother TJ. He's really good at fantasy. He just had one shit year. He does bullshit a lot of trades. I mean, if you bullshit enough trades and talk him up, you're gonna get one of them, and he does every year. He told me to draft Ford, Nick Chubb's handcuff. The first week with Nick Chubb got 15 carries, Ford did, and now Chubb is out and Ford took over. And I don't think Deshaun Watson can get the ball out well enough, and Ford's going to be a big feature, even with the signing of Kareem Hunt, which I also have. So
Yep.
I have now the Cleveland backfield of who's going to get a lot. They are probably going to rob each other here and there, but that's what happens everywhere. Minka Fitzpatrick. Let's do this. Dirty or clean hit?
It was kind of gross,
It was
but
very
it was
gross.
also so unlucky.
I don't think. I mean, I did watch. I watched the clip you sent me. They didn't replay it. I did miss it live, but I saw Nick Chubb down. I just missed the hit. Like I just didn't see the hit, and they said they
I
were
didn't
gonna
either.
replay it. So
He is pretty gross.
I just thought Nick Chubb got tackled, and that was it.
And it looked like he got speared in the knee with his helmet.
He did get speared in the knee with his helmet. That I can see the dirty side of it.
Yeah, it was more unlucky than anything else because he kind of got hit from the top and at the bottom, like right at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, and you have to tackle Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry.
Hard.
You have to tackle them below the knees. You have to.
Yeah, these are huge.
And that's what they teach you. I think it was just an unfortunate timing. I'm also a big Minka fan, so I like Minka Fitzpatrick. He's one of my go-to Madden players to get in leagues. And
I don't
stuff.
think most people in the NFL would try to hurt somebody else.
No. Especially like how good of a guy everyone says Nick Chubb is. I don't think I don't think there's any malintentions. I think the only malintention in that game is signing Deshaun Watson, who touches women inappropriately or shows his wiener or whatever, to that big of a contract and him being that bad.
Massage Watson, he's not the guy.
No, not the guy. Deshaun Watson, if you're watching this, I am so sorry. No, I'm not. You're not the guy. You suck. Cleveland Browns are better off with Baker Mayfield. And Pittsburgh defense is awesome.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
They're really, really good. They're the only reason that team's going to be serviceable.
Right. Yeah.
And George Pickens. George Pickens is really quite good as well.
And I think Deontay Johnson helps open up that offense. It did look a little more clogged, I like Deontay Johnson. I can't wait for him to come back. He's going to be in my lineup. Maybe dish him out and get something better, but I hope he just comes and explodes when he comes back. Not his hamstring. I hope he doesn't explode that
You might want to trade him right like the first game he comes back.
after a good one. He's always hurt. Always hurt.
True.
Let's go this week. 49ers, Giants. I think if the Cowboys weren't playing the Cardinals and 12-point favorites, everybody's favorite would be the 49ers against the Giants with no Barkley tonight.
Yeah.
10.5 favorites set right now. I don't think we have much to say about that. No Ayuk. I still think no problem. I got 49ers.
No, I just think you see more Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, which is on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's
doesn't
going to
hurt
be
anybody's
more
call.
Christian McCaffrey. I think it's going to be a very split backfield tonight. Just
You see a lot of Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell,
Short week.
Debo's going to run the ball. I can see Juszczyk getting a carry or two. They might even throw in a third running back. But I did take.
I think it'll be a quick game out of them. They don't want the game to last very long.
Yeah.
They're happy to win with like 24 points.
And I think they're happy to win that game within 10.5, which is why I set the spread at 6.5 in my parlay. I did, even with no Ayuk, take Brock Purdy, the truth Brock Purdy, 2+ passing touchdowns.
I mean, he's been very solid.
I took McCaffrey with 60+ rushing yards. I took Kittle and Debo 25+ passing. And I took Daniel Jones 25+ rushing yards.
Yeah, he's going to have to run for his
He's
life.
going to have to run for his life. There was something I wanted to look up, and I just lost it in my brain about this game. Oh, no, I know exactly what it is. A quick Brock Purdy stat for you real quick. This is terrible podcasting. I should have had it ready. I sent it in a group chat. I will find it right here. Which quarterback do you think? Well, it kind of ruins the whole purpose of this. I was going to tell you 2 quarterback stats. You know one's going to be Purdy. You know the better one's going to be Purdy. Brock Purdy in his last 7. 7-0. 13-2 touchdown to interception. 68 completion. And 114 passing rating.
That's crazy.
The next quarterback, still very good stats. 6-1, 18-5 touchdown interceptions, 63%, so 5% less, and 7% less passer rating at 107. Who do you think that quarterback is? The best in the game.
Mahomes.
Brock Purdy and his last 7's outplaying Mahomes, and it's carried on from last year to this year with a elbow surgery in the middle of it. Brock Purdy,
Wild.
And those are regular season games, not counting the playoffs. Brock Purdy's good. And I'm not going to take any more Brock Purdy slander.
Yeah.
No more.
He's been,
Colts.
It helps that you're on the Niners. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, it does help a lot. Colts, Ravens.
I mean, I think the Ravens win
They're 8-point
pretty
favorites.
easily.
8-point favorites. Anthony Richardson should be back.
It's two similar game plans of how they'd like to win.
Yep.
But I think Lamar is going to keep improving.
I'll take the Ravens too.
Play.
Let me go by our Wednesday odds too. So they're 8-point favorites now. Off of Wednesday's odds. Where the fuck is Wednesday's odds? Oh, it's because I'm in the wrong spot. Based off of Wednesday's odds, the Ravens are 7.5 favorites, so just a half point different. Tennessee Browns, Titans Browns. I can see the Titans upsetting.
I took the Titans in this.
I know you just said that. I was looking at my picks. I took the Chargers as my upset, but I'm not going to because we already talked. You already said your pick. I'm not going to change it. But Titans is very interesting in that. So
they're going to be. I mean, they win low scoring games. That's exactly how the Browns play.
Browns defense has got to show up and stop the GOAT Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah,
It's
and King Henry.
It's literally which Tannehill are you going to get? Are you going to get Tannehill from week 1 or week 2? That's determined who wins this game.
I mean, I don't even think it matters which Tannehill shows up, to be honest.
I hope it doesn't matter because I would love to see Deshaun Watson lose an ugly Tannehill game. Chargers Vikings. A lot of people are taking the Chargers in the upset here. 1.5 underdogs.
It's at home. I personally am going to take the Vikings, of course.
Yeah. I'm taking a lot of points.
No Eckler again, and the Chargers could not move the ball on the ground, and the Vikings can stop the pass, but our D-line is terrible.
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift ran for 175 yards, like on 15 carries.
I personally took the Chargers, so I'm now rooting for the Chargers. But for you, I'm rooting for the Vikings. Go Vikings! But I think Chargers win this one.
I think Jefferson's going for 215.
I think Jefferson goes for 215. I hope Addison goes for 214. But I still take a shootout, and
yeah, it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be mid-30s.
And the over is set at 53.5. I think that's the highest over so far we've seen this year.
Yeah, that felt like too many to me.
Yep, I didn't. I started writing it. I was like, the 53.5. They're going to score. It's going to be 17-9.
Yeah, I didn't like a lot of the over and unders in this week. They were tough.
Jets Patriots is one I definitely was not going to touch over on, but
I took the under.
Yeah,
I took the under because I think it's bold. It's 37.5.
Yeah, 37.
But these teams don't score any points.
I'm not. Yeah, but I'm not touching a 37.
There's going to be defense touchdowns. If there's defense touchdowns, it's screwed. They're going to hit it. But if there isn't, I don't think they even get hit. I don't even think they hit 25.
Two things you'll never see me do is take an over when it's set in the 30s and take an under when it's set in the 30s. Both teams can't score, but that's a low amount of points. 37 points. Buffalo
is not many.
I'll take the Patriots in this. Ooh, no. I'm gonna take the Jets. I'm gonna go Jets.
I think it's in New York. When they play again, I'll take the Patriots. But yeah, the Jets.
Bills and commies. I believe I took the Bills. No, I did not. People took the Bills in this one in our league. I did not.
A lot of people took -6.5 on the Bills.
I want to say I took them. I did not also take them. I took the Jaguars in my pick'em, my weekly pick'em. That's a tough game.
Bills.
I think the Bills are going to be fine. I think the Bills win this. It's not a get-right game, but I think they know what they're stepping into now. They just demolished the Raiders. Commanders' offense isn't that great, and the Bills' defense played great. I'll take Bills.
If the Commanders run the ball, they have probably the best backfield.
Yeah, Gibson and
those
Robinson.
two running backs are really good.
Yeah.
Now Sam Howell he's not gonna win you the game. He might lose you the game.
Sam Howell didn't. I mean, the thing is, Sam Howell is he's got to quit spinning in circles. I think he just spins too much.
He needs literally just like Tua, 3 steps, throw it. If it's not there, take a sack.
Jaguars Texans. I took the Jags and I got the Jags jersey on. It's one of my my pick'em. So I rep the Jags jersey tonight. I love C.J. Stroud. I don't love the Jags offense. Or sorry, the Texans offensive line, and you can see them go close to 0-17, 2-15 range with how bad this offensive line is.
Yep. Especially in Duval.
Yeah, they are going to upset somebody, and I hope it's not this week because they're in my pick'em. But I think the Jags, you're hearing it right now, get right game. Jags, this game's hitting the over, and Jags are scoring at least 35.
I think this one was set at like 52.5, wasn't it?
43.5.
43.5.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I took the over on this one as well.
Yeah. Colts, Ravens, we talked about. Falcons, Detroit. I think it's going to be an ugly
This could be a good game.
it's going to be on my TV.
It'll be similar to last week for the Falcons.
I
think it'll be mid-20s in score.
I am a Texas Longhorn fan. I am a Bijan Robinson fan.
Bijan Mustard Robinson?
I lived right outside. Yes, Bijan Mustard. I lived outside Atlanta. I've been rooting for Atlanta since I lived outside of Atlanta. They're not my favorite. They're never going to be my favorite. I'll never love a team like I did the Rams, but I am rooting for the Falcons in this game, and I'm rooting for the Lions in this game. It is tough. I don't want to see either one lose, but I'm going to go Falcons. I think that defense is just nasty.
The Falcons, you can't knock them. They're 2-0.
And I think that the Detroit Lions, after they lose to the Falcons, next game, get right game. That'll be my get right. The get right. You know what? I'm going to start that. The get right game of the week. Last week I said the get right was the Bills. 30.
And they do. It's a short week next week for the Lions. They play the Packers on Thursday.
Bills was a get right game. Jags this week get right game. Lions lose this week. I'm not going to claim it yet, but if the Lions get right game next week, I'll claim it next week though when we talk on this podcast. The get right game of the week, I'll have a tiny little logo on there. The get right game of the week.
I like that. I like it.
Well, and Squaw's still in here. If Squawg is still in here, I want you to bet me $50 Jags money line right now. The get right game of the week. Just the money line. That's all I want. It's -450. It's gonna win me $2. Get right game of the week. We got to get wrapping up here. Saints Packers. I think it's gonna be ugly as can be.
I am probably gonna put the Saints in a parlay this week.
Yes, I'm gonna put the Saints +2 in the parlay.
Yep.
No, I actually take the Saints money line because it is set at better odds. Saints money line. That defense is really good, and Jordan Love struggled against the Falcons defense, who I don't think is as good. Yep. Broncos, Dolphins, 47.5. I almost took the over in this, but I'm never. My third rule.
I'm not taking overs with the Broncos.
I'm not taking a Russell Wilson over ever again. So my third over/under rule, number one, don't take an over or an under at 37. Or sorry, at anything set in the 30s. Number two, sorry, this is my second rule. Don't bet Russell Wilson overs. And then my number 3 is don't bet NFC South in-game division overs.
Yeah, God no.
That's my number 3.
They never score points.
I got the Dolphins in this one easily.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins win pretty handily, and I have a feeling Waddle is going to outperform Hill again.
Let's see it.
Yeah.
The number 2 outperforming the number 1. What can we call that? 2 over 1. Bet.
A double down.
The double down. Bet.
We'll figure it out.
Bet. I was gonna say the 2 over 1.
2 over 1. Yeah.
The 2 over 1 bet. Jalen Waddle, the number 2 receiver, over Tyreek Hill for more yards. So bet. Take the yards on Jalen Waddle this week. That's the Josh. We can make that a parlay. The get right. The 2 for 1.
I like it.
Squad.
I like it.
$50. No. I just keep it on the Jags. Chicago Bears, Kansas City. If Kansas City doesn't win this game by 30, they're frauds this year. Just saying.
Yeah. They need a wide receiver to step up and be a true number 1. But they don't. The problem is all of their wide receivers are the exact same person.
Yep. Yeah,
they're. When you're watching the game, you have absolutely no idea who's playing wide receiver because they all look the same.
They get the ball thrown to him. I'm like, who's that? You don't know. Say.
Yeah.
You don't say.
Yeah.
I would skip one. Seattle, Carolina. No Bryce Young. I'm taking Carolina.
In Lumen? No, I'm taking the Seahawks.
No, I'm just kidding. The Seahawks. But I think that the Panthers move the ball better this week. I think Andy moves the ball better.
They better.
Yep. Bryce Young's not for me. Arizona and Dallas. Sad news for Dallas. Trayvon Diggs out for the year. Torn ACL. Yep. In practice today. Still, call me crazy.
I still think.
Call me crazy.
You think they're going to be bad? No.
No. Call me crazy. I think Arizona covers a 12.5 spread. Hear me out.
That's fair.
Their defense,
12.5 is a lot of points in the NFL.
Their defense is really good, and Josh Dobbs has been playing really good.
For the first half last week, yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, here's the thing: they're tanking. I think the play calling was horrendous.
It was suspect.
Yeah. They're tanking team. They showed that they're good enough to win. They're showing Caleb Williams They had Caleb Williams on the phone. Hey, just letting you know, we could win this game. We could have won the
But
first
we're not
game,
going to.
but we want you. Yeah, we want you. Cowboys win. Arizona.
Yeah,
covers the
no,
spread.
they did. Okay.
I
Is that going to be in the get right for you? Are you going to take the card on that?
The get right is
Just a single bet.
Is a single bet that you're a good team and you play.
And
like
every
shit.
time you win it, you have to put all the earnings plus what into the next one.
Yeah, deal. Every time I win, I'm putting all the earnings. So as of right now, I'm just gonna start with 50 Jags money line. I'll put the earnings in my next get right bet.
Yep.
Pittsburgh Steelers, Vegas. I took
See,
the
this will be a
Steelers.
fun Sunday night game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the Steelers as well
Yeah.
in that. I think their defense is just too good.
Yeah, and Vegas' offense looked horrendous. Vegas' defense isn't that good. Kenny Pickett's gonna have some space. I wish Deontay Johnson was playing in this game. I'll take the Steelers.
Yep.
Tampa Bay Bucks were double Monday night again. I think it's a no doubter.
What is this double Monday night thing? Why is this every week now?
No, they do it for the first couple weeks. They skip week 1.
Well, they have it on week 9.
Do they?
Yeah.
I'll take it. I like the double Monday night game. You can also on YouTube TV split screen it.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
That's true. I'll take the Eagles. I'll take the Eagles to cover.
What is the spread on that one?
5.5.
I would not be surprised if the Bucks surprise people here.
I think this is
Because the Eagles' defense is not very good.
if the Eagles lost to the
They
Vikings,
are very injured.
If the Eagles lost to the Vikings, it would be a get right parlay. It would be a get right parlay. Eagles are still in the process of getting right back to their last year form, but that I don't see with all the offensive line problems that the Bucks had in the last couple of years. I don't see them stopping this Eagles defensive line and this Eagles defense. I think Baker's gonna struggle a little bit. They're gonna struggle to move the ball, and I'll take the Eagles. The only upside is no Bradbury. So
And they have both their safeties are hurt.
yep, and you got 2 really good receivers out there, and Scotty Miller who could take the top off. Is Scotty Miller still there? No, he's on the Falcons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's their slot? Bet their slot anytime
Is it
touchdown.
Godwin?
Well, Godwin's their slot, but like their third string is what I'm saying. They're
Yeah.
Rams Bengals. I took the Bengals Rams. I might have to go switch that before tomorrow. I think I took the Bengals Rams over, but it's a Monday night game and that's ugly. That's my third rule. Rule 1. No, sorry. This is my actual third rule.
No primetime overs.
No primetime over. So rule 1, no 30-point over-unders. Rule 2, no Russell Wilson. Rule 3, no primetime. And then if you want to do rule 3A, also no NFC South games.
Yeah, no divisionals.
Yeah. I think I'm going to have to swap up my picks. I always do my picks when I'm not looking, but then when we get to talk about them, I just want to change so much up. I still got time, but I think I want the Bengals as favorites in this game.
Oh, so you're gonna not even know Cowboys.
Yeah, I might.
You're not gonna fade the cards.
No, I gotta fade the cards. That's my rule. You're right. Fade the cards. Okay. That's all we got for you. There's not much to talk about fantasy. I think we kind of nailed some people during our week. I denied the fuck out of TJ's trade. I would say good night to y'all. Happy Thursday Night Football. It starts in an hour. Plenty of time.
See ya Saturday morning.
See you Saturday morning. Thank you to everyone who hung out with us tonight. Hanged out with us. It's my English teacher talking right here. We'll see you guys either Saturday morning or Sunday morning. What you can do to make sure you guys are here, if you're not someone I send a link to, subscribe, turn on the notifications. We have some fun. Unfortunately for Squawg, he was telling me in the Twitch chat, and I sent the YouTube to him, that Josh's mic wasn't working today, but I do respond to the comments when we get them. Bobby was talking to us last week, so feel free to shout anything, any Q's and the A's out we got for you guys. So have